Hello everyone, it's Ben from the Cheer to give you a review of James Bond No Time to Die. Well, as it should be called, thank God it's now here. Because quite frankly, this movie is for all intents and purposes been delayed for 2 years. First off, it was supposed to come out on November 19th, 2019. And that's when I believe it was supposed to come out. But what with script problems and Daniel Craig breaking his ankle, it got pushed back 4 months. But little did we know, from April 4th, 2020 to basically September 30th, 2021, that we were going to have a P and an 18-month delay on top of the 4 months that it already got delayed. So, and there were script problems before that as well. So this film has been, I'd say, 2 years, 2.5 years in the making, as well as the making. So finally we're here, and is it any good? I'm going to try my best not to spoil this, so this is as spoiler free as I can make it, but whilst giving my opinions. Basically, this is starts straight after Spectre. Many people thought Spectre was boring, and just a lot of what's going on. It's a bit dark, more about M rather than Bond, and yeah, I get that, but the way I now look at it, because No Time to Die starts straight after Spectre, is that I look at it like this: the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows had a part one and part two. Now, this is almost like that, with the way that the part one of Deathly Hallows was quite boring and roady, whereas the second part was quite actiony and it tied everything up. Because these five James Bond films have tried to create a universe, and they've tried to piece everything together, and they wasn't intending to do that from Casino Royale, even though they had a chance to, because it was a brand new, the first James Bond novel, which they finally managed to get hold of in 2006, when the rights come up, and then they managed to make the film, and basically they tried to make a story up about Quantum of Solace and tie that in, and the first time they've ever done that were moving the story forward and connecting it together. And Skyfall was a brilliant movie, almost a British home based movie. Um, so they've really tried to humanize and make real the characters in this five story arc, and this last film of Daniel Craig's ties up every loose end you can think of. Basically, it's it's the not so boring part of Spectre. The only thing I can say without spoiling anything is that, to me, there are too many villains in it, and the main villain that you see in the trailer, Rami Malek, doesn't really get the best lines. I think that is left to um I can't remember the Russian bloke's name, but basically the scientist almost plays the role of the bloke from kind of in the same mold as the bloke from Goldeneye, when the one who says he was invincible. I can't remember his name now, but it's kind of like he's like a secondary villain, but he seems to be more menacing. He's the one that wants the plan. He's the one that says the more dastardly things, but he acts like a bit of a wimp. It's strange, because the Rami Malek character is the main villain. It's almost like, because I heard there was scheduling problems with Danny Craig breaking his ankle. They couldn't get Rami Malek to do more scenes. I don't know whether that's true or not. But the only thing I can say is that some of the lines that come out of one of the kind of side villains' mouths really should have become coming out of Rami Malek's mouth, because it's more menacing, and it just didn't quite fit. Can you tell that there may have been script problems? No. Do I think there was too many villains, so you wasn't quite sure? They're almost like vile, like it's almost like a Batman, the Batman Arkham Asylum, where they're all in one prison and they're all there, and it's just one after the other, and they're all kind of fighting amongst themselves. It's a bit of a mess. Um, just on that front alone. I'm not sure. Is it a good movie? Yes. Would I recommend going to see it? Absolutely. Um, if you've liked any of the other Bonds, you'll like this. Um, how would I rank it in the middle of the other five, within the five films? Somewhere between 2 and 3. I would definitely put Quantum of Solace last because it's just a mess. Spectre, probably number 4. I don't know. It's just Spectre might grow on me, but this is the end of the story arc. Because they have tried to build a universe for the first time in a Bond movie, and does it work? Yes and no. I mean, they've tried to build it up as, even individual movies were connected together, so they've kind of shoehorned in with different writers and trying to make it all neatly tie into a bow. In this film, they did the best they could. Is it a good movie? I think with the Bond movie, only time will tell, because it's Bond is such a cultural icon that in years to come we might have different views on it. As a movie right now, coming out of the P, this is what we needed. Bond to be back on the big screen. All the main characters do return from the other movies. Ralph Fiennes, Ben Whishaw, Naomi Harris. They're all back. And they're all used properly this time. It's kind of like, it's almost like a they're on comms all the time, and they're kind of used sparingly, especially M. He's in and out, M. So it's not really overused this time. The runtime is the biggest runtime of Bond's movies ever, at 2 hours 43 minutes. Also, it has the longest opening sequence ever. So yeah, it does some things. It jumps around, but it all makes sense. Apart from the villains, I found there's too many of those. But other than that, how would I rate it? I would give it. It's a Bond film, so how would you rate a Bond film? Ooh, I'd give it a 7. It's not bad, and it's not great, because Bond, it's not great right now, but over the years it will get better or worse. Only the cultural change and people's memories of it will tell that. A review score for Bond doesn't really matter. It's what happens in the future with Bond. It's got such a long almost 60 year history from next year that it's not for me to do a good review score, even though I just have. So please go and see it. Oh, and one more thing before we go. Apparently, because they're trying to make their money back, in Cineworld at least, and I think I've read this online at other cinemas, but I'm not quite sure your price range, is that they're putting a £2 extra on every ticket so they can make more money. Not Cineworld or Odeon doing this. The actual studios want Cineworld or Odeon to put an extra couple of quid on the ticket, which I found a complete rip-off and a complete disgrace. They're not promoting that at all, that it's more expensive. So just to make people aware. Obviously, I didn't pay more than I should do because I've an unlimited ticket, so it didn't really affect me. But anyone going to buy a ticket, it is slightly more expensive than a normal ticket, purely because the studio wants to make their own money back. So on that thing alone, I think that's a bit unedifying, a bit money grabbing, and we've all had hardships during this time, and to put an extra £2 on a ticket knowing people are going to go, a bit wrong. I think. So if you like this review, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will do a spoiler review video very soon. So again, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!